Okay guys, another week of training. This week's focus was very much on the proper techniques to pin and properly kick out of a pin to make sure that the match looks good and it doesn't look like it's actually professional wrestling. Make it look like the fighting is actually real and it's a real contest to pin someone, which I think is interesting because most times pin attempts, you look at it and you're just like, they're not gonna win after that move. This isn't a real pin. You can see like their shoulders are moving, they're able to move and they're able to kick out quite easily, which shouldn't happen really in terms of the mindset of an actual fight. If you're trying to pin someone down for the 3, you don't sort of just let go of them at 2. Aside from that, a lot of working on the sort of the 3 sort of moves that we've learned in the suplex, hip toss and body slam. 3 basic moves that we've learned and continue to go over. We learned a lot of them. We went over a lot of them today with the idea of next week going to the ring and starting to perform them in there, which is the first time we're going to start doing those sort of slam moves in the ring and taking higher bumps and taking moves. So that was good. We also spoke a lot about the upcoming event. Really looking forward to that. Obviously, with the first time, I don't know if they have had someone before. I don't think they have had someone from overseas that has come and joined the league for an event. So it's a whole big deal, and there's going to be obviously autograph signings. It's kind of weird because Robbie is not someone that most people would have heard of. I had only heard of him because he'd been on The Amazing Race, and I'm definitely going to ask him a question about that. So I'm sort of looking forward to that and following him more, though hasn't really gotten me into wrestling more than I already was, which is kind of weird because a lot of things recently have gotten me more into watching wrestling, especially the talk about Okada and the excitement around Wrestle Kingdom made me watch Wrestle Kingdom. It hasn't made me watch any other New Japan. But yeah, so it was good. We were working a lot with the intermediate group again today. As a matter of speaking, there's like another group that has now become the beginners group. So it's also interesting to see sort of where they're starting from is where we were about 4 or 5 months ago now. In November, that was the stuff that we were doing. So this has been nice to sort of see the progress that we've come. And today was also about new moves. We were doing two new moves, both relating to pins. We did the sunset flip, which was a good fun. There were sort of 2 stages of that. One where it's more closely resembled to a back body drop in the sense that the person who's receiving it helps lifting up, and then the proper full sunset flip, which is literally just you jump over the person and then using your body pulling them down into a pinning predicament, which is actually a lot of fun and getting it right didn't get it right the first time. And it's really dangerous because if you don't get it right, there's a big chance of hurting yourself and hurting other people. There was a few times where I landed on my shoulder and my neck, my head as well, which weren't fun. But getting it done properly, it's one of those moves where doing it feels just as good as it looks. Like when you get it spot on, it feels amazing because you've literally sort of just flipped over a person, and it's very sort of acrobatic, which is a weird sensation for me to do because I've never been acrobatic before sort of doing this, but definitely that was something cool. And then the other side, which is we did the crucifix pin, which we didn't do the complete pin. We did mainly the getting into the position for the crucifix pin, which is where you it's essentially a counter from a clothesline, and it's the second pin that you can counter from a clothesline. The first one we learned was the backslide. It's very similar to the backslide. The only difference is this time, instead of going straight down from the counter, you jump onto their back as well, and you wrap your arms and legs around their shoulders, and then you pull back, and it goes like that. But no, it's a good lesson. Those are two really cool new moves that we're learning out, and with the promise of starting to do the body slam, hip toss, and the suplex in the ring itself is another cool prospect, and getting to do more than just sort of snap suplex, but also working on doing full verticals. And today I attempted to try and do a bit of a sort of halfway between vertical and jackhammer suplex to one of the guys. Didn't work out well. He fell slightly off the mat and onto his shoulder, which isn't exactly what you'd want. But he did get a lot of hang time. With the same guy I also got to do the hip toss with. He's an amazing worker. He's comes from a background of I don't know whether it's parkour, free running, or gymnastics or something, but he's very good at contorting his body in the air, and watching how he does the more aerobic of moves is pretty impressive. So working with him is definitely something fun, because he can throw himself around, and that's good. But yeah, no, it's definitely something that's been fun. And I'll end this week's episode here. I'm heading into work again. It's been a very easy day. I took the morning off. But yeah, the event is coming up. We're starting to focus our energies more on getting things prepared to take them into the ring. And I guess when that happens, when we work outside of the ring, it'll be on working on new moves rather than strengthening moves that we're already doing in the ring. That's it. Alright guys, that's the episode. Thanks.